If you open Gemini and click Create, you can start using Nano Banana too. Prompt number 1 is called Micro Nail Masterpiece. This one tricks the AI into thinking it is a macro photographer watching a tiny artist work. The result looks like a fantasy painting on a fingernail. The key mechanic here is the miniature artist on a ladder. We are not just asking the AI to paint a nail, we are giving it a character, a tool, and a stage. That forces the model into extreme depth calculation. I'm replacing the subject placeholder with Mona Lisa. The prompt references subject twice, once for what is being painted and once for the fine strokes to replicate. Both need to match exactly. Hitting generate. Watch what happens when shallow depth of field collides with an oil painting subject. Look at that. The nail curves realistically, the painter has a tiny palette, and the Mona Lisa is rendered with the exact soft shadow from the original. This is not a filter. The AI constructed this entire scene from scratch. And here's why this prompt is so powerful. Every classic painting becomes a new piece of content. The Scream, American Gothic. Same prompt, same nail, completely different masterpiece. Finally, art history becomes a content strategy. Before we go any further, look at these comments from the last episode. You guys asked me to continue, so here we are. If you're new here, this is the series where we push AI to its limits for content creation. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And the last 3 prompts in today's video get especially interesting, so stick around if you're curious to see them. Prompt 2 is Fusion Fashion Collage. This one takes a messy grid of random objects and fuses them into a single high-end photorealistic fashion portrait. It sounds impossible. Watch. The magic phrase here is naturally integrated. We are telling the AI that every single listed object must belong in this photo, not just be placed in the background, but actually worn, held, or interacted with. I'm uploading the reference image. It's a 4x4 grid of totally random products. A cap, headphones, sneakers, a dinosaur toy, a lollipop. The AI needs to turn that chaos into editorial fashion. The model is wearing the jacket, holding the bag, the parrot is on his shoulder. It found a logical place for every object. No floating items, no Photoshop artifacts. That is prompt engineering. Prompt 3, Pocket Runway Showcase. This one builds a giant 3D smartphone with a physical display cabinet inside the screen, and then populates that cabinet with miniature workers handling your product. 2 things are doing the heavy lifting here. First, recessed compartments arranged in a 2x2 grid forces the AI to treat the phone screen as a physical 3D object, not a flat display. Second, 4 lifelike miniature workers adds human scale, which makes the phone look enormous. I'm filling in the product as sneaker, the UI theme as urban police, the color palette as orange and dark gray, and the workers are in tactical uniforms. Every bracket you fill in compounds the visual coherence of the output. Look at the depth on those compartments. The shadows inside each slot are physically correct. The workers have fabric texture on their uniforms. This is the kind of product ad brands normally spend a lot of money to produce. Same prompt. Swap sneaker for watch and you get a luxury goods campaign. Swap for handbag and you get a leather goods editorial. The phone stays. Only your product changes. Prompt 4 is Voxel Skyline Cube. And this is where we go full Minecraft but make it look cinematic. We are building a floating terrain cube of any city, topped with its iconic landmarks in voxel style. The underground layers are the secret detail here. Most voxel prompts only show the top. By asking for exposed cross-sections of grass, soil, and stone, we get a floating island effect that makes this look like a game world render, not just a city illustration. Filling in Paris. The Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, the Seine. The model has to compress all of that into a tiny cube while keeping it recognizable. Let's see if it manages. The flag is correct. The Eiffel Tower is there. The underground shows 3 distinct layers. This is a perfect travel content piece or a thumbnail that stops any scroll. London has Big Ben and the Thames. Istanbul has the Hagia Sophia and the Bosphorus. The prompt scales to any city in the world. Just change one word. Quick pause. Copying prompts is a good starting point. But if you want to go beyond that and actually understand how Nano Banana works, check out my Nano Banana Playbook in the description. It walks you through the fundamentals with clear examples and includes 100+ unique prompts organized by use case, so you can start building your own ideas. I also keep it updated as new workflows and prompt styles emerge, so it stays fresh. The link is in the description. Prompt 5. Living Empire Atlas. This is where history meets cinema. We are pulling an ancient map off a parchment and watching it come alive as a 3D isometric scene. The spiral timeline is the detail that separates this from a standard fantasy map. It gives the AI a structural anchor, one continuous element that winds through every era. Without it, the AI scatters the historical elements randomly. I'm setting the subject to ancient Egypt and defining 4 civilization layers. This stacking instruction is crucial. It tells the model that time is a physical dimension in this image, not just a label. The pyramids are coming out of the parchment. The Nile is glowing. The spiral timeline is literally engraved into the terrain. This is a thumbnail, a book cover, and a classroom poster all in one generation. And here's the plot twist. This prompt works in reverse. Tokyo 2015 turns the atlas into a futuristic neon cityscape with a timeline showing decades of future development. Same parchment, completely different era. Prompt 6 is Seamless Scene Extension. And this one is a workflow, not just a single image. You upload a character photo, add text instructions directly onto the white areas, and the AI builds a full environment around your subject. I'm uploading the reference image. The character is on the right side. The white areas on the left are blank canvas. And instead of writing a prompt, I'm writing instructions directly into the image using text boxes. The AI reads those annotations and builds exactly what you described. The character hasn't moved a pixel, but now she's standing in a fully realized smart city. The flying taxi is in the upper right, exactly where we annotated. The scooter station is bottom left. This is the fastest way to build a scene around any existing photo. Prompt 7. Reference-driven cover creator. You give the AI a reference images for style and a model photo, and it generates a complete magazine cover. Layout, typography, call outlines, and all. I'm uploading both references and the model photo together. The product lineup sets the content and color palette. The portrait sets the model. The prompt tells the AI to treat the model portrait as the cover model and weave the products into the design. A fully branded magazine cover. The model is front and center. The products are integrated as editorial callouts around the layout. The magazine even has a name, WEOS, pulled automatically from the reference images. From here, you can replace the placeholder text in Canva if you want, or simply use it as it is. Prompt 8. Comic book. Homework helper hero. This one generates a 4-panel comic strip following a specific story about an AI robot helping with homework. The humor is built into the prompt. The structure here is critical. 4 panels, 4 emotional beats, activation, overthinking, dramatic response, punchline. Each panel has a scene description and specific dialogue. The AI follows this like a screenplay and maintains character consistency across all 4 frames. The line weight is consistent. The robot looks the same in every panel. The boom lettering in panel 3 is explosive. This is ready for a social media post or a thumbnail without any editing. Prompt 9. Futuristic brand poster. This is the first of the last 3, and I told you these would blow your mind. We are creating a high-end advertising visual where the entire world is built from the product's core ingredient. The physics instruction is what makes this cinematic. The ingredient pours from the top, passes through the product, and transforms into a natural landscape below. It's not a product against a backdrop. The product is the source of the entire world. I'm filling in theaigarage as the brand and energy drink as the product. The AI will use the energy theme to build an electric, luminescent environment. Circuit patterns becoming waterfalls, neon mist, glowing figures engaging with the can. The energy pours down from the sky, flows through the can, and becomes a glowing landscape beneath it. The figures feel aspirational. The lighting is cinematic. This is the quality you'd pay a creative agency 5 figures for. Shoe version. The sole texture becomes desert sand dunes. Bag version. The leather grain becomes a golden canyon at sunset. Every material has a world hiding inside it. This prompt finds it. Prompt 10. Living Headlines Universe. We are printing a newspaper, but every headline physically becomes the story it describes, rising off the page as a three-dimensional diorama. The section-by-section logic is what elevates this. It's not just one scene. Sports becomes a packed arena. Finance becomes a trading floor. Obituaries become a memorial garden. The AI has to maintain 6 distinct microenvironments in one coherent composition, filling in the Titanic. The front page headline rises as a full 3D ocean scene. The ship is mid-sink. The passengers are dimensional figures. The rest of the newspaper sections still have their own micro-worlds around the edges. The ship is breaking through the paper. The headline text is physically engraved on the fold. The coffee steam at the edge makes this feel like you stumbled onto this newspaper at a breakfast table. Ultra detailed doesn't cover it. Prompt 11 is Mini Metro Diorama. This builds a perfect isometric cross-section of any subway system in the world. Platforms, trains, passengers, signage, ticket machines, everything. The service status indicator is the detail that makes this feel like a real infographic. We ask for either a green on-time signal or a red delay signal. That small UI element transforms a beautiful 3D render into something that looks like official transit communication. I'm filling in the central line. Red trains, Elizabeth line tile patterns, the roundel logo on the signage. The AI has to match the real-world visual identity of this specific line. The passengers have individual clothing. The escalator has handrails. The tiles have that specific London Underground pattern. The status bar says, "Good service," in green. This is a finished piece, not a sketch. 7 train in New York, gray and white with purple accents. Ginza line in Tokyo. The orange train, Japanese signage, the slightly narrower platform. Same prompt. 3 completely different transit systems. Each one is architecturally and culturally accurate. If you want to go beyond copying prompts and actually understand how Nano Banana works, check out my Nano Banana Playbook in the description. It includes 100+ prompts organized by use case, plus a breakdown of the core principles, so you can start creating your own ideas. I also keep it updated as new workflows and prompt styles emerge. The link is below, and if you want me to continue this series, type continue in the comments below.